for Life, Southland, Tell Me a Story, Luke Cage, 2 Weeks Notice, Annie, just a few of the TV shows and movies featuring our next guest.
That's right, next he can be seen in the film Shirley. Please welcome back actor, producer, and New Jersey's very own Dorian Missick. Great to have you here on the couch and in person. I know we're calling you New Jersey's very own, even though you don't live there anymore. But,
but it's always home.
But it's always home, all right? Talk to us about, you know, because you've kind of been all over the place. You went from, you were Brooklyn, you were in New Jersey, now you're in...
L.A.
L.A.
Yes.
So where's your favorite?
My favorite? Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
Yeah, it's where my heart is.
I was going to say Jersey.
No, you said Brooklyn made you. How do you say Brooklyn made you?
Because that's really where I grew into a man. Was there, you know, and where I found myself. So that to me is always like that's where your heart is.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, Jersey raised me. Atlanta was a very, very major part of my life.
Yeah.
It still is. My family's still down there. So yeah. I've just been all over.
Okay.
You know.
Like that.
International man of mystery.
All right, but now you're in a movie about New York's very own Shirley Chisum, who was the first black woman to be elected to Congress. Tell us about who you play and why it was so important for you, why it's so important to be able to tell this story now.
Well, I played Congressman Ron Dellums, who is was sort of Shirley's mentor in the Congressional Black Caucus and in Congress, and he was one of her early cheerleaders, very early supporter, and kind of showed her the ropes. And they remained friends throughout their career in politics. And so you get to watch the development of that relationship and him stepping out in front for her in supporting her for running for president and helping her just learn the ropes in Congress.
All right, we got a scene we're going to play and then talk about it on the other side, okay?
They're signing into the Agricultural Committee.
Agriculture? Corn? Wheat? Cows?
I don't know about no cows.
I represent Brooklyn. What am I going to do for the people of Brooklyn on the agriculture? I wanted Veterans Affairs.
Hey, Shirley, I went through the same thing my first year in Congress. You serve on the committee, you sign.
Agriculture? No.
That's just how it is.
Who do I have to talk to?
Speaker McCormick makes all the committee assignmts, but he's Speaker of the House. You don't talk to the Speaker of the House. Oh, Lord.
Playing opposite Regina King, a bit of a reunion there, but what's happening in that scene?
Right. Well, this is, as you can see, when she learns what committee she's being assigned to, and as you can see, they take the junior people and they give them the jobs that are like the less
sexy. Exactly.
Right. And so this is her being upset and saying, listen, I'm jumping the line. I'm not playing these rules. So she established herself very early on and said, listen, I am not, there's a good old boy system, and there's a system that I came here to break and disrupt, and that's what she did. And, you know, Ron Dellums is known to be a disruptor. I mean, he's a representative from Berkeley, California, and back when they called it Berserkly, because, so, you know, he was known for that, so he understood that. So when she walked off, he knew, like, you know, this is what she's here for. Right.
Don't you feel like it's so important that people know her story? Especially in the times that we're living in now.
Yeah, I think it's super important, you know, because like as I said, she's a disruptor. And I think that people who are disruptors, they make change. And even when it goes against the grain, I mean, that's the only way to be disruptive is to go against the grain. And I think that seeing a black woman do that even back then, I think can inspire so many people, young, old, black, white, whatever, to buck against the system. You know, that's what we're here for, to question, to raise questions, to raise concerns, and to be bold about doing it. And Shirley was definitely clear about that. She needed people to be bold. You know, that's how change is made. And so I think this film kind of really fits into that, because we're in a time when boldness is very much necessary on both ends.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have boldness on certain ends, and we need it on both sides, I think.
Right. And you're playing opposite. I mentioned Regina King.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a reunion because you guys played together almost a decade ago on Southland.
Right.
So what was it like to be back together again on the set? Is it kind of never miss a beat?
She's the queen,
yeah,
you know, and a very good friend of mine. So we, this is the first time we've worked together again where it made it to the screen, but I did a pilot with her that she directed and other things. So we've been friends. We're birthday twins.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. We're birthday twins. We're super tight, and our families are tight. And so we've been around each other and ever since we did Southland. So to have this kind of opportunity to get back on screen with her and revisit that relationship on screen in this way, in these different characters, was it's a lot of fun. It's always great to work with your friends.
Gosh, yes.
Is it always great to work with your wife?
Awesome to work with my wife.
Talk about that. So your wife, actress Simone Missick. And tell us about that. I mean, I would think that it would be difficult, but not at all.
No, it's difficult.
Yeah.
But like in a good way, you know, because here's the thing about it. With acting, you know, when you're working with your scene partners, you want to be able to trust them. And who do I trust more with my life than my wife? But then also, she knows all my tells. So like in between takes, it's kind of like, you know, you're acting in that one. Like, you know, let's live. Babe, just relax, just breathe. We were doing Luke Cage. That was her thing between every take. You need to relax. Your shoulders are very tense. And I'm like, woman.
See? You're making me tense.
Right, exactly. When did you become Uda Hagen?
So you can't leave work at work. You take work home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we definitely those people. If we were in politics, we'd be home discussing politics.
There you go.
You know, if we worked as garbage collectors, we'd be home discussing, you know, how to separate you know, what garbage to separate.
The recyclables?
Yeah. So we're very much dedicated to our art and our work. And we're kind of acting nerds. And so that's kind of our connection.
All right.
You know.
I love that you can share that with your wife. That's
love it
beautiful.
too. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Dorian, great to have you here this morning.
It's a
Thanks
pleasure.
for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Can't wait to see the film.
Yeah.